Win or go home, that's the situation here today as we welcome you to the Houston Sports Live pregame show. First pitch in just under 10 minutes from now for a Game 3 matchup featuring the Klein Tigers against the Conroe Tigers. Jordan Smith here on the call of the action. What's on the line for the Conroe Tigers? Well, they trip to the third round for the first time since the 80s. 1989, the last time the Conroe Tigers were in the third round of the postseason. Of course, this year being the new third round, if you will, originally fourth round, as it's now the regional semifinals this year due to them splitting up the division champions into D1 and D2 instead of just having one overall champ per level of competition. But either way, point being, what's at stake is that. Talking about last night, dominant victory for Klein Collins, only allowing one hit. Isaac Gutierrez in the complete game, one-hit shutout. 10 strikeouts, 8 of them looking. But towards the end of the ballgame, Conroe started to create a couple opportunities for themselves, just weren't able to get that run across the plate. You feel they're due for some runs here today. So we'll see what kind of magic happens on this Saturday. If you know Texas high school baseball in the month of May, you know Saturdays bring out a kind of magic unlike any other. So buckle up and get ready, folks, for some playoff action. Coming up after this, it's our pregame chat with head coach Jeff Raymer, and then starting lineups and first pitch. 6A Division I area round baseball. Game 3 comes up after this. You're on Houston Sports Live.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Texas needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Standing here with head coach Jeff Raymer of your Conroe Tigers as part of our Houston Sports Live pregame show. First, coach, quick recap of last night. A tough one, but just dominant pitching from the other side that unfortunately weren't able to get past it enough to get the win.
No, sometimes in this game, the other guy does their job too. And last night we went up against a pitcher who's been very successful for them. And last night he proved why he's been successful. Gutierrez was really good for him and kept us off balance the entire night and, did what he was supposed to do, and now we just have to respond.
And at least one positive out of the ball game was seeing how once y'all were able to get on base, how it kept going, how you were able to keep getting runners on base, getting those opportunities, and keeping yourself in the ball game. That has to be a good sign, at least looking back, heading into today.
Yeah, this team has always shown the ability to persevere through adversity, and last night was the same. And, we had our opportunities. We just couldn't quite get that last hit that would have allowed us to score some runs and put extra pressure on them. But, I fully expect us to come out and battle with our best today.
Now, looking at today's ball game, what was kind of the message to the guys after y'all got back on the bus heading home and then coming into today? What was kind of that message to them to get them ready to go for today's ball game?
Yeah, it's just be us. The entire year we've been teaching them, like, when we play our game, we can compete against anyone, and they've proven that over and over again. And, we just reminded them, like, this is why the series is 3 games. We didn't expect it to be easy. Anything that is valuable and worth anything is going to be difficult, and this is no different than that.
And taking a look at your pitching staff here today, obviously you got Owen going on the bump today, but it's nice to be able to also have that full bullpen behind him in case you need to go, committee with this one. As you always see in a win-or-go-home scenario, you never know what could happen.
Right. Owen is a guy that we really trust on the mound, and at the same time, because of the stakes of the game, it may change the way that we would change our pitching throughout the game. Maybe we go to the bullpen a little bit early, and the fact that we have a lot of guys who have been successful that are available for us puts us in a good spot to at least know that we can make it through 7 innings with our best.
And then finally, Coach, just keys to a win and moving on to the regional semis and what has been a very good series thus far.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's throwing strikes and playing defense. And, you know, last night we threw strikes and we played defense. They just got 2 extra hits that we didn't get. And so, you know, today we're going to try to manufacture a little offense and put some pressure on them. And we know that they're throwing the lefty at us, and he's been pretty good for them as well. So we know we have our work cut out for us, but we're going to go out and we're going to play our best game.
Appreciate your time as always, Coach.
Thank you so much.
Coming up next, starting lineups and first pitch of Game 3, winner go home on Houston Sports Live. It's winner go home time as we welcome you to Houston Sports Live coverage of the 6A D1 UIL baseball playoffs with a Game 3 matchup featuring the Klein Collins Tigers and the Conroe Tigers. Jordan Smith here on the call of the action as we get you set and ready for this one here today. Parker Watson will be not in the batting order, but will be in the field. We'll get you the rest of the starting lineup here in just a little bit, but the main guy on the bump, Owen Raymer, in the lineup and on the bump, as you heard Coach Raymer talking about, with the guy that they trust in these scenarios, in these high-intensity scenarios, these high-pressure games to get the job done, but also could be a bullpen committee game just because of the fact that it's win or go home. You got to put out all the stops in order to get to the next round and keep playing baseball in the month of May. Starting lineups for Klein Collins look like this. Dylan Yasick in the leadoff spot, Ryan Holman in the 2-hole, Bryce Romero in the 3 spot, Bryson Session in the cleanout spot, followed by Noah Melendez in the 5-hole and Gio Campeon in the 6 spot. Isaac Gutierrez, last night's starter, he is not on the bump, but he is in the 7 spot of the order. Noah Deason, the DH, in the 8-hole, and Clayton Allen in the 9 spot of the lineup, followed by Tim Smith, who's not batting, but is behind the dish for the Klein Collins Tigers. Winds and deals, first pitch. It will be outside the zone for a ball, 1-0. That is how we get things underway. First pitch at noon exactly. Down the third base line and fair, rounding first, heading to second is Yasick, and he slides in safely with a double. Runner on second, nobody out. No scores. We're just getting underway here at Klein High School. As that pitch will run inside for a strike. 0-1 is the count to Ryan Holman. Ryan reached base all 4 times he got to the plate last night, but 3 times via the walk, and 1 time with a single. On the stretch, Raymer sees a bunt laid down, perfectly placed right in front of home plate. Throw to first, just in time. The sacrifice bunt, though, allowing the runner to move ahead to third base and Yasik. Chopper, but foul. 0-1 is the count here. Bryce Romero to the dish. Reach base twice, once to the hit by pitch and an infield bunt single. Right now, runner at third base. And 1 out in the inning. No score thus far, but the infield playing in on that infield what would be grass, but it's an all-turf field. Just missing the zone, evens it up at 1 apiece. Runs inside and hits him. So now runners on the corners. Still 1 away. Change up the defense, a little outfield shift towards our right there left. As the catcher now relaying the signs to the infield. Double play depth in scenario here for the middle infield, with it being 1 out and a runner on first. Runner also on third, still no score. And this winner go home game 3. Bryson Sessions, the cleanup hitter, to the dish. Runner goes on the first pitch outside, throw to third unexpectedly. They got him! You sacrifice the runner going to second, but you get the lead runner at third. And now 2 away in the inning. Two 5 caught stealing on your scorecards. It is a 1-0 count, as that pitch also missed outside. So now play at first with it being a 2-out situation. A huge out there defensively, and a confidence boost for these Conroe Tigers. Right down the pipe for a strike, 2-1. Catching the outside corner, strike 2. Ones and deals, this one lined into right, but the catch is made for the final out of the inning. Trantham in the right spot at the right time. And the Conroe fans happy about that one as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Conroe with their first shot at the plate when we come back here on Houston Sports Live. Bottom of the first. No score between the Klein Collins Tigers and the Conroe Tigers as we give the starting lineups for the Conroe Tigers. Jaden Keith in the leadoff spot, Jackson Reagan in the 2-hole, Tanner Trantham in the third spot of the order, followed by Ed Rothlander in the cleanup hole. Gavin Stanger in the 5-hole, followed by Sam Busby in the 6th spot, and Landon Bruns in the 7-hole of the order. Jake Matthew in the 8th spot, and Owen Raymer in the 9th spot of the lineup. At your batting order for the Conroe Tigers. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1 to Jaden Keith. Keith 0 for 3 in last night's contest, looking to change his tail of the tape, as that will be outside to even it up at 1 apiece. Fly ball, blooper, but caught in right field. Catch is made out there by Ryan Hallman. That takes care of out number 1 in the inning. First pitch outside the zone, 1-0 is the count. To Jackson Reagan at the dish. As that one swung on hard, chopper just foul, says the home plate, the third base umpire. 4 umpire crew here today. Reagan got on base once last night, hit by pitch, and then collected a stolen base as well. And we'll miss the zone. Make it a 2-1 count. Swung on, that will fall into the right center gap for a base hit and trickle just in front of Triples Alley. Rounding first, heading hard into second base with a slide throw offline. Jackson Reagan with a double. First hit of the contest for Conroe. Coming much earlier than last night, took to the 5th inning to get the first hit of the ballgame last night. And this is that offense that you're kind of waiting to see. Would it plug away? Would it chip away last night? You saw it in the last inning in about a third in the contest yesterday. Now you're seeing it early here today. Now Tanner Trantham at the dish. First pitch outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count. Still scoreless here in the bottom of the first. That one will miss outside, a 2-0 count. Ed 0 for 3, striking out twice last night. But right now is a situation to get the first run of the ball game across home plate. In there for a strike. 2-1 the count. Swung on. Chop will be fair. Throw on to first in time. Now throw to third cross country. And they get the out there at third base on an unconventional double play. A 5-3-5 on your scorecard. That'll do it for the inning. One hit, no errors. No one left on base. No runs across the plate. We head to the second. No score on Houston Sports Live. Top of the second, no score here on Houston Sports Live. Game 3 of this area round matchup between Klein Collins and Conroe. Jordan Smith on the call of the action here at Klein High School. As we see the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up in the inning. First pitch outside, 1-0 is the count. Off speed, catches the top outside corner. Melendez went 0 for 3 last night. 2 punch outs to his name at the plate. 1-1 is swung on, fouled away. 1-2 count. Winds and deals does Raymer. Swung on, lifted into center. Wynn is keeping it in play as into center field. Making the catch for out number 1 is Rothlander. Hear that wind blowing ferociously. Coming from straight center field. Gio Campeon heads to the plate. Liner fouled on the first baseline. 0-1 is the count. 0 for 2 with 2 punch outs, both backwards Ks for Gio, but did get on base with a walk in the 4th. Missing high for a ball, 1-0, or 1-1, I should say, the count. No one on base here in the top of the second, no score between the two sides. That is in there for a strike, catching that bottom outside corner, 1-2. Raymer can't get the frame job there. 2-2.
Good take, good take.
Two-two. Outside, ball 3. Gio looked like he thought about it for a second. Decided to hold off. Now the full count approach. Up the gut, but caught on the jump. Jackson Reagan makes it out number 2.
2-out rally, Isaac. Let's go. Get us going now. Let's go, Isaac. Let's go.
So now Isaac Gutierrez will stride to the plate. 2 out, no one on base, no score. Top of the second. And this winner go home matchup. First pitch outside into the turf. 1-0 is the count. Into right field, just over the outstretched glove of Trantham as he tries to dive for it, and it bounces all the way to the wall. They'll hold him at second. And that will be a 2-out double. Inning will continue as Noah Deason heads to the dish. Deason, the DH, watches the first pitch outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count.
Get ready, Conroe. Let's go. Get Conroe.
Just missing the zone. So it makes it a 2-0. Tight strike zone here today. From the stretch, Raymer. Just misses. 3-0. In there for a strike.
Two. Win it.
Noah, find a gap, Noah. Let's go, Noah.
From the stretch, Chopper to the shortstop, Busby. Gets it in time, throws to first with plenty of time behind him. And makes the out at first base. To leave the runner stranded at second base. 6-3 ground out on your scorecards. To end the inning, no runs across the plate, 1 left on base, no errors and 1 hit. As we head to the bottom of the second. Tied at 0 here on Houston Sports Live. Bottom of the second, no score.
Down, let's go.
4, 5, 6 due up. Here in the bottom of the second, Jordan Smith on the call. Has a first pitch swinging by Rothlander. Chops it on over to short. Romero to first. And a 6-3 to start the second. Bottom of the second, that is.
Let's go, Casey. Let's go. Go, Gavin. Start us stop out there. Woo.
Check swing, didn't mean to make contact as that will head on over into the road. Probably hit that car out there, if I had to guess. An 0-1 count.
Go, Noah.
Stanger at the plate, gets one past the right side of the infield for a single.
Roll it.
Go, Busby.
single for Stenger. And now a courtesy runner for him. It'll be Gunnar Pabst. Now an out, runner on first. Double play scenario for Klein Collins defensively. However, Busby looking to make sure that never happens. Chopper up the gut. Slow roller, so they won't get the double play. They'll go to first, and just in time, says the home plate umpire, or the first base umpire. 4-3 on your scorecards, but Pabst does advance on over to second. So now 2 outs here in the inning. From the stretch, the left-hander dealing, and that runs into the turf. They decide to go to third, throw low, tag in time. A 2-5 caught stealing in your scorecards to end things in the second inning. No runs across the plate, 1 hit. No errors, no one left on base. To the third we go, scoreless here in Spring, Texas. Don't forget, today's broadcast on Houston Sports Live is brought to you in stunning 2K Quad HD with an enhanced 4K Ultra HD presentation. Closed captioning is also available for the hearing impaired. Don't miss the final UIL state event of the year, the 2025 State Baseball Championships, taking place June 5th through the 7th at Dell Diamond in Round Rock. For schedule, spectator, and ticket information, please visit uiltexas.org/baseball. Again, that's uiltexas.org/baseball. See the 9-1-2 hitters do up in the inning, starting with the 9-hole hitter in Clayton Allen. That will find its way into the zone for a strike. On the count to get things started here in this bottom of the third, or top of the third, is this one down the first base line, but foul. It is now the 0-2. That one high for a ball. The winner of this ball game faces off against Waco Midway next week in the regional semifinals. That runs inside. They're going to say off the knob of the bat, I believe. So a foul ball. Raymer winds and deals. Chopper to short. Busby there with plenty of ease. Slingshot to first. And the 6-3 ground out for out number 1.
Now batting number 7, Tim Smith. Number 12.
Top of the order, Dylan Yasick to the plate.
Go, Dylan!
As we round back to the top of the order. 1 out, no one on base, no score, top of the 3rd. First pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 is the count. Yasick 1 for 1 with a double. One of just the 2 hits for Klein Collins in the ball game as that's outside. Now a meeting of the minds between Stanger and Raymer.
Let's go, Dylan! Let's go! Go, Owen! Go, Owen! You got this.
1-1. As this one slingshots in the left and a bounce, but a good basket grab there on the dive by Watson. Keeps it in front of him. Keeps the runner to just first base in Yasick.
Ryan Holman.
Go, Holman!
Second hit of the ballgame for Yasick, 3rd for Klein Collins. So now run around first is Ryan Holman to the dish. First pitch in there for a strike. Hit a sacrifice bunt in the first inning. So 0 for 1 in the contest for Holman. Pick off into first, not in time.
Go, Holman.
Go, Owen!
Runner goes inside for a ball. Not in time on the throw. A stolen base for Yasick. Gets rid of the double play opportunity. Makes it a 1-1 count. Down low. 2-1. Now with that runner on second, the double play opportunity says sayonara with 1 out. That one, chopper rips just fair and just past the diving third baseman and Matthew. They'll have to hold the runner at third. Now caught in a rundown in between the bases. No throw on over to first, though. So now runners on the corners here. And now time called as Raymer wants to talk things over with his pitcher. Good job of getting over to it by Watson. Good range and speed out there to be able to get to it quick enough to avoid not only Holman trying to go to second, but more importantly, Yasick rounding third and heading home. Just a reminder, today's broadcast of high school athletics on Houston Sports Live is copyrighted for the private use of our audience. Any other retransmission or other use of the broadcast without the express written consent of Houston Sports Live or SBE Studios is strictly prohibited.
Go, Bryce!
First pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Bryce Romero at the plate. Runners on first and third with 1 out. Romero got on base once with a hit by pitch in his first time up to the plate. Pick off into first, not in time. Reimer sitting towards more the right side of the rubber, but still kind of in the middle as this one is swung on. Fly ball center field shallow will turn just past the infield. Runner at third playing a little tease game over there as the catch is made on the pop by Reagan. And that's a very important out number 2.
Now batting number 5, Bryson Sessions.
Go Bryson! Let's go! Bryson!
Bryson Sessions, the cleanup hitter to the dish.
Go!
With runners at the corners and 2 out, no score. Klein Collins threatening though. In this top of the 3rd inning. Reimer from the stretch. This is outside, 1-0 the count. Sessions 0 for 1 with a line drive to right field to end the top of the 1st. Reimer checks on the runner at first in Hallman. Now swing, fly ball, right field. Backing up a bit, but making the catch on the warning track is Tanner Trantham. Just like he ended the 1st, it ends the top of the 3rd. 2 runners left stranded on base, no errors in the inning. 2 hits. And no score as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Back after this on Houston Sports Live. Bottom of the 3rd here on Houston Sports Live. No score between Klein Collins and Conroe. The 8-9 or 7-8-9, I should say, duo. Landon Bruns back to the plate after he was at the plate when a caught stealing happened to end the bottom of the 2nd inning. Jordan Smith here on the call of the action. Wind and deal, swing and a miss outside. Makes it a quick 0-2. Bruns 0 for 2 last night in game 2 of this series. That'll just miss outside. 1-2. Appreciate those of you tuning in. Broadcast, be sure to let us know where you're listening from for this ball game. That one is outside, 1-2. Swung on, lifted into right. Wind pushing it to keep it in play. As the catch is made by Hallman. That'll be out number 1. Jake Matthew will now stride to the plate. One out, no one on base. And the scoreless ball game. First pitch. Miss low and outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count. Walk-off podcast saying, let's go, Mr. Electric, bring home the victory. And Deborah B saying, go Conroe Tigers. Number 12 runs, bring the heat. Again, appreciate those of you tuning in. That one's in there for a strike. So just past the hour mark on this broadcast. About 39 minutes into the ball game officially. Outside 2-1. Wind and deal now from Melendez. He uses the left side of the rubber. Swing and a miss. 2-2. This one a bloop. Stays on the infield. Catch is made by the second baseman and Campion. And that takes care of out number 2. First pitch outside for a ball, 1-0 the count. Owen Raymer to the plate. Raymer 0 for 2 yesterday. This one a blooper, almost grabbed by Melendez on the mound. Instead, runs up, does a shortstop, throw to first in time, and a 6-3 ground out for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base, and a 1-2-3 defensive inning for the Klein Collins Tigers. When we come back, top of the 4th here on Houston Sports Live. Top of the 4th inning, no score. First pitch in there for a strike on 1. 5, 6, 7 hitters due up. Starting off with the opposing pitcher in Noah Melendez at the plate. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field his first time up. As that is outside. 1-1 the count. Raymer back on the bump. He winds and deals in there for a strike. Painting the outside edge of the zone, 1-2 to the right-handed hitter. Lines above the head. This one chopped foul, third base side.
Now, Noah, let's go.
You got this, Noah. Let's go. Got it out. Right here, Ed. Let's go, Owen.
That one misses high. 2-2 count here in the inning. That one chopped, third base side. Matthew right there with the step maybe to his left. And a good stretch by Bruns at first. We'll get a 5-3 ground out for out number 1.
Out at number 1, Gio Gomez.
Let's go, Gio. Let's go, Gio. Get on, Gio.
So now 1 out will bring up Gio Compion to the plate. Taking his time though.
Good start to come. Here we go.
Winds and deals first pitch from Raymer, the off-speed foul. Oh, 1 the count.
Gio.
Gio 0 for 1 with a line drive out to the second baseman. And Reagan, his first time up, that being in the second inning of play. This one swung on, will go into the left center gap, will fall easily for a base hit. And a mishandle by Watson. Throw on to second, but the runner stays put at first base. And a little signal there as everybody for Klein Collins looking back at the dugout wondering why he's not standing on second base. So a 1-out single. Puts double play defense in effect for Conroe as Isaac Gutierrez drives to the plate. First pitch from the stretch. Outside for a ball, 1-1.
Get your pitch, Isaac.
Gutierrez 1 for 1 with a double. Back in the second inning of play. He accounts for 1 of the 4 hits for Klein Collins in the ballgame. And swung on down the first baseline and fair. Trantham will slide and catch up to it, then get a mishandle on it. They'll wave him around third. Throw home, offline just barely. And the first run of the ball game comes home for Klein Collins. So that will do it for Raymer. They take him out. Conroe fans give him a round of applause as again, first run of the ball game for Klein Collins. That'll send us to a break. When we come back, new pitcher on the bump for you after this here on Houston Sports Live. 1-0 scoreline. Klein Collins takes the lead over Conroe here in the top of the fourth with 1 out. And a runner on third thanks to a RBI double by Gutierrez. He advanced to third on the throw home. Jordan Smith here on the call of the action. Noah Deason heads to the plate, but a new pitcher on the bump. The Conroe Tigers. It is that of Bryce Thompson, who came in for the final out of the top of the seventh last night. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and a punch out in his 1 batter faced in last night's Game 2 loss for Conroe. Swing and a miss. 0-1 the count to start things. Facing off against Noah Deason, who's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Ground out to the shortstop his first time up. Close stance, right side of the rubber. Chopper to the shortstop. Checks the runner at third, holds him. And a throw on to first for a very important out, number 2, with a runner staying at bay and Gutierrez at third base. 6-3 ground out on your scorecards officially. Clayton Allen, the 9-hole hitter. Strides to the plate. Lines and deals. This one swung on past the diving third baseman as it just bounces fair. 1 run will score. Rounding first, heading to second is Allen. Slide in with the head first. RBI double.
Keep it going, Yasik.
Let's go, Yazzie. Keep us hot now. Let's go.
So now a 2-0 score line here. First pitch from Thompson, chop foul.
You're ready now. Let's go.
Back to the top of the order, and Dylan Yasik, who is 2 for 2 and halfway home of the cycle with a single, a double, and a stolen base. Right now, he looks at an 0-1 count. Checks the runner at second as Thompson now deals. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Go 12. You can do this.
Outside, try to get him the chase on the heater, but to no avail. 1-2 is the count.
Yasik.
1-2, thought about going around, but pulls back on the check swing. And a deuce is wild here in the top of the fourth. 2-2 count. 2 outs. Klein Collins with 2 runs in the inning. And a runner on second. So if you haven't grabbed a lotto ticket yet, you may as well do it now. From the stretch. Swung and a hard chopper to the shortstop. Busby to first. In time, good stretch by Bruns. And a 6-3 ground out to end the inning. Out before 2 runs skate across home plate. 1 runner left stranded on base, no errors, and 3 hits for Klein Collins. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning with a 2-0 scoreline. Klein Collins ahead of Conroe here on Houston Sports Live. Back on Houston Sports Live as we get right back to action. First pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 is the count. If you're just joining us, Klein Collins with a crooked number in the top half of the inning. 2-0 the score. They take a lead with insurance here in a winner go home game 3 matchup here in the area round. A 1-1 count as we see the 1-2-3 hitters starting with Jaden Keith at the plate. Found a way to make it 1-2. Keith 0 for 1. They fly out to right field. Looking to get on base though and grab some momentum back. Fly ball, but foul out of play and will bounce over the school bus. Still 1-2. Lines and deals. Outside for a ball. 2-2 the count. Linda still on the bump, the lefty. A slightly open stance. That one foul back. Time called by the home plate umpire. Waiting to make sure that they have a guard down there as Conroe gets some action down in the bullpen. Talked about it with Coach Raymer. Could potentially be a bullpen by committee game, just depending on how things go in the contest. As that bounces off the roof of a bus and will stay foul. Swung on, rolled to third. Gutierrez, cross-country throw in time. And a 5-3 ground out on your scorecards for out number 1. Down in the Conroe bullpen looks to be Jake Matthew warming up. Keep an eye on that as the game progresses. First pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. At the plate, Jackson Reagan, 1 for 1 with a double. Swung on and into the glove of the diving third baseman. They'll call him safe though. It wasn't a line drive catch as it bounced off the turf just in front of home plate. But a fantastic grab by the third baseman Gutierrez, and the speed of Reagan just beating it out. An infield single for the second baseman. Tanner Trantham to the ditch. He represents the tying run here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-0 the score. 1 out, 1 on. Lefty on righty at the plate. First pitch, swung on up the gut. Caught on a line by the second baseman in Campione as the umpire has to dive out of the way. That's out number 2. Ed Rothlander to the plate. 2 out, 1 on. The first pitch is outside the zone for a ball. Rothlander 0 for 1 in the ball game. Looking to extend it though and create a little magic here in the middle part of this game 3 contest. That one outside, 2-0. Melendez on the left side of the rubber, deals. Swung on, that one lined into left, will fall for a base hit. A 2-out single keeps the inning going. First hit of the ball game for Rothlander. And now Reagan into scoring position at second base. Devin Stenger to the plate
Go, you got 2 down, 2 down.
with 2 on and 2 out here in the bottom of the 4th. He now represents the go-ahead run for the Conroe Tigers. Stepping on the back of the batter's box and inching in on that inside part of the box to widen the plate a bit for him. The first pitch will slow ball its way outside for a strike. 0-1 is the count. Stenger 1 for 1 with a single in the second. A single to the gap would score at least 1. Time called by the hitter. Yeah, we talked about it last night. I'm sure it was also brought up in the first game of the series, but dimension's a little weird here at Klein High. A bit of a out cave, if you will, of the outfield fence right at the gaps. It's not severe, but it's enough to make a difference. That one rolls into the turf, 1-1 the count. Basically, if you go from the right field foul pole to the batter's eye in center, you kind of follow the regular curve, and then all of a sudden there's an angle out, then a flat line, then an angle back in, and then it gets to the batter's eye. And they have that in both left center and right center gaps. So if it hits off the wall just the right spot, could have a triples alley situation. Right back up the gut. Melendez was right there for the reaction. Underhand toss to first in time for the out. 1-3 put out on your scorecards to end the threat in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2 runners left stranded on base. 2 hits, no errors. As we head to the top of the 5th. 2-0 the score. Klein Collins ahead when we come back on Houston Sports Live. Top of the 5th, 2-0 the score. Some changes out in the field as bring it back to this one. Jordan Smith on the call of the action. We see the 1-2-3 hitter, or 2-3-4 hitters, I should say, due up in this 5th inning. Top of the 5th specifically. Right now a 1-1 count currently to the leadoff hitter in Ryan Holman. As that's in there for a strike, 1-2. New shortstop in for Conroe, that being Owen Raymer. Sam Busby moving in from shortstop to be the new pitcher on the bump. Ending Thompson's day as the backwards K gets things started.
Now batting number 23, Bryce Romero.
First punch out of the ball game for Conroe. The first backwards K. Of the ball game as well. This is the zone 1-0 the count now to Bryce Romero, who is 0 for 1, was hit by a pitch in the first inning of action. As that will miss the zone. Quick 2-0. Get you final stat lines for the pitchers here in just a little bit. Their first strike, 2-1. Still 1 out, no one on base. Top of the 5th. Klein Collins leads Conroe 2-0. Evens it up at 2 apiece. Winds and deals, does Busby. There's a swing and miss over the top of it. And 2 away in the inning. Second punch out of the ball game.
Number 5, Bryson Session.
That's in the first batters of the inning. Back-to-back Ks. First pitch is outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count. Bryson Sessions is 0 for 2. He's hit it to Trantham twice in the ball game. As that will miss on a backdoor. 2-0. Taking his time. Busby with a big huff and puff. Shoulders drop a few times. Now deals on the right side of the rubber, and time called at the absolute last second by the hitter in Sessions.
Let's go, Sam. Let's go, Bryson! Let's go.
Lines and deals. 2-0 chop left side. Raymer goes to his right, throw to first, offline, but still gets the tag as it pulled runs off the bag and gets the 3rd out of the inning. A 1-2-3 inning defensively for the Conroe Tigers. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We head to the bottom half of the 5th. A little momentum in Conroe's favor when we come back on Houston Sports Live. here on Houston Sports Live. That will miss his zone as well. 2-0 the count to start. See the 6-7-8 hitter starting with Busby. Chop left side. Romero loves it. Throw to first in time. 6-3 ground out for out number 1. First pitch. Side for a ball. In the strike zone for a 1-1 count. That'll find its way into the zone as well, 1-2. Landon Bruns on the base paths. That'll miss, 2-2. Swung on, popped up into foul territory. Will it be in play? Nope, it'll bounce in the Klein Collins dugout. Stay 2-2. That one line foul. Swung on, popped up. Again, foul territory, and again, out of play. Still a 2-2 count here with the 1 out, no one on base. Runs trying to get on base as he'll swing and miss. 2 down in the inning. This one chop foul. All 1 the count. Quick 0-2 as that one chops foul. Conroe looking to extend the inning here. The 0-2 outside for a ball. Backwards K. to end the inning. First backwards K of the ball game for Melendez. And it's a 1-2-3 fifth. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. As we head to the sixth. 2-0. Mike Collins leads when we come back on Houston Sports Live.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Texas needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Top of the sixth inning. 2-0 score line. Go outside. 1 the count. That one misses to even it up at 1 apiece. Jordan Smith here on the call of the action as we see the 5-6-7 hitter starting with Noah Melendez at the plate. In there for a strike, 1-2. Melendez 0 for 2. Last time up, grounded out to the third baseman.
Thank you.
The 1-2. Swung on, lifted deep into left field. Backing up, though, is Watson. He'll make the catch at the warning track. That's out number 1. One out here in the inning. Check swing. Did he go around? No, says the home plate umpire for a ball, 1-0. Gio Campion to the plate. 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. As this one popped up. Be in the right field on a fly, and the catch is made by Trantham. Takes care of out number 2. So now 2 down here in the inning quickly. Wind and deal. In there for a strike. Isaac Gutierrez to the plate. 2 for 2 with 2 singles, or 2 doubles, I should say. In fact, one of those being an RBI double, and has also scored a run. That run's a bit high and tight. 1-1. Winds and deals. This one chopper. Raymer will scoot to his left. Glove it. Throw to first. Offline. An E6 for the first error of the ball game for Conroe. Allows Gutierrez to get on base for the inning to continue. Now Noah Deason of the dish with 1 on and 2 out. Here in this top of the 6th inning. First pitch from the stretch into the turf. 1-0 is the count. Decent 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts to the shortstop in this ball game. That's in there for a strike. 1-1 is the count.
First base, number 8.
So now a courtesy runner in the middle of the at-bat switches over at first. Cody Madden for Klein Collins, now the courtesy runner over at first. That's a 1-1. Chopper, slow roller, first base side, but foul.
Go get it, Dees. Here we go, Dees.
From the stretch. Pickoff move, not in time.
Go Conroe! Let's go, Sam. 1 more strike.
Pickoff move again. And once again, not in time. Just trying to keep him honest over there at first. 2 outs, so the play is at first defensively. And time called by the hitter.
Let's go, Dees.
Decent trying to throw off the timing of the pitcher and Busby a little bit. Little mind game action going. And now sets and ready again from the stretch. 1-2 pitch. Runner goes. Outside. Throw to second. Not in time. Stolen base for Madden. Doesn't change where the out should be played defensively, though, with 2 outs. Still play it first. And a deuces wild situation. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Runner at second and a 2-0 lead for Klein Collins. Looking for the punch out to end the inning. The 2-2. Misses high. Full count approach coming up.
You got Dees. Here we go.
Three, 2. Got him looking. Backwards K to end the inning. Third punch out of the ball game. His second caught looking. As we head to the bottom of the 6th. 2-0 lead for Klein Collins. Conroe still hanging in there defensively. We'll see if the bats can find a way to home plate and get some runs across the board. Back after this on Houston Sports Live.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Texas needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Bottom of the 6th, 2-0 the score. Klein Collins ahead of Conroe. The Conroe Tigers are looking to keep their magical May alive. They need at least 2 runs to keep it going. First pitch swinging, fouled from Raymer. 0-1 is the count. As that will be a souvenir under somebody's tire. Raymer 0 for 1 in the contest. It's the 0-1 pitch. Fouled straight back, 0-2. Again, appreciate those of you tuning into the broadcast here today. We'll get you some score updates from around the bracket as soon as we can. It's a wind and deal, the 0-2. Swung on, lined into right, and will be caught on a line by Hallman. It's out number 1. Back to the top of the order, Jaden Keith to the plate with 1 out. Nobody on base, down 2-0. That will be outside for a ball 1-0 to Keith, who's looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 2. This is low, 2-0. Sidewoods and Oak Ridge set to tango today for another member out of 13-6A. They have not started yet, though. That one's outside, 3-0 to start. So expect the fastball right down Hollywood on this 3-0 pitch. Again, Waco Midway defeating Rockwall Heath yesterday to get the 2-0 sweep in the series. So the winner of this ball game here today will face off against Waco Midway in the regional semifinals, as that's in there for a strike. (3-1) gets the frame job. 3-2. Outside, ball 4. Turns around, looks at the dugout, gives a little bit of a yell, and will head to first base with a walk. First time on base today for Jaden Keith. Tying run to the plate, and now time is called. Klein Collins manager will make the trot out, and I believe this may be the day for Melendez. We'll see. Nothing yet. Nobody warming up down the line in their bullpen. Well, they're keeping them in. First mound visit of the inning. First one of the ball game for Klein Collins, for that matter. One more in the inning with this pitcher before he would have to be taken out. So now Jackson Reagan to the dish. 1 on, 1 out. First pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Reagan halfway home of the cycle with a single and a double. Outside, ball 2. Stares down the runner on first base and Keith, the 2-0. Outside, 3-0. Back-to-back at bats where they've started in a 3-0 count. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks. Conroe making noise in the bottom of the 6th. It's now down to Tanner Trantham. Game 1 pitcher and the winner of that one in this series. Looking to make some magic happen with the bat. 1 out. Runners on first and second. Trantham represents the go-ahead run. Down 2-0 in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Trantham looking to get on base for the first time here today. Time call now is the second baseman. Copion wants to talk to his pitcher. Probably about that runner on second. Working from the left side of the rubber as he has all game is Melendez. Goes low, but in the zone. 1-1. First strike and a couple batters by Melendez. Wind blowing straight in towards home plate. Not ferociously, but enough. Catches the outside edge, says the home plate umpire, 2 strikes. 1-2 count here for Trantham. Outside, opposite batter's box, 2-2. Still plenty of inning left if you're Conroe. Still a little bit of a ball game left. Still down 2-0. They need something here. High. Full count approach. If this is a 2-out situation, everybody would be running. Since it's only 1 out, don't expect them to leave their bases. Crowd getting into it. Full count delivery. Outside, ball 4. The bases are juiced here in the bottom of the 6th. Back-to-back-to-back walks. And now Conroe with an opportunity. It's all they need is an opportunity. Bases loaded, 1 out. Down 2-0. Rothlander at the dish. First pitch. Outside for a ball. 1 for 2 is Rothlander with a single. Time called as they switch out the baseballs. Near capacity crowd here at Klein High. Swing and a miss for a strike. Was waiting on the off speed. Just couldn't reach out far enough to get there. Evens the count at 1 apiece. 1-1 will find the zone on the breaking ball, 1-2. Two-strike approach, anything close, you gotta swing at. On deck is Stenger. 1-2. Swung on, that will fall down the third baseline and fair. 1 run will score. Second run, and Reagan touches home plate. We are tied in the 6th. A 2 RBI double by Ed Rothlander. And it's a brand new ball game in spring. You knew at some point the bats were going to come in the biggest way possible. You had been seeing it towards the end of yesterday's ball game. You see it here with the biggest hit of the ball game as it ties things up at 2. Now time called as we will get a new pitcher on the bump. Day done for Melendez. Runners on second and third are still his responsibility. But it's a brand new ball game here at Klein High. As he gets a standing O from some of the fans at Klein. Collins did all he could. Had us up a pretty good game before that, but now Conroe has given themselves life here in this winner go-home situation. We'll take a quick break, be back to Spring, Texas, I should say, after this. If you're just tuning in, welcome to Baseball in May. We're tied at 2 thanks to an Ed Rothlander 2 RBI double for Conroe. This one will be chopped foul third base side to Gavin Stenger to get us back underway. New pitcher on the bump for Klein Collins, Aiden Diaz. The right-hander going from the lefty to the righty are the Klein Collins Tigers. The infield playing on the infield grass. On a 1 count with 1 out. Both runners going on a bunt situation, perfectly placed. The run will score, and Conroe takes the lead. Slide home, he's safe! A sacrifice bunt scores 2. And Conroe steals the game from Klein Collins. They lead it 4-2. My, oh my, oh my.
We got two down.
Swung on, chop, left side. Gutierrez spin move, throw to first in time. That will take care of the inning as Busby grounds out on a 5-3. But not before the magic of May strikes again. 4 runs by Conroe. In the bottom of the 6th, they are now 3 defensive outs away for doing something they haven't done since 1989. Take a quick break, be right back to Spring, Texas after this. Don't miss the final UIL state event of the year, the 2025 State Baseball Championships, taking place June 5th through the 7th at Dell Diamond in Round Rock. For schedule, spectator, and ticket information, please visit uiltexas.org/baseball. Again, that's uiltexas.org/baseball. First pitch in there for a strike as we return to action. 9-1-2 hitters due up for Klein Collins in the top of the 7th. Chopper, third base side, but foul. Quick 0-2 to start. Clayton Allen at the plate currently. 1 for 2 with an RBI double. If you're just joining us, you missed a wild bottom of the 6th. 4 runs by Conroe to take their first lead of the ball game and add insurance on top of it. Fly ball right field down the first base line. Caught on the run by Trantham. 1 away. To the top of the order in Dylan Yasik. No one on base, 1 out. 4-2 the score. Same score line as the Game 1 victory for Conroe. Can they replicate it again here? Just 2 defensive outs away. Winds and deals, first pitch from Busby. Will miss low and in the turf. 1-0. Yasik 2 for 3 with a double and a single. 1-0. Chop foul, 1-1. A 1-1. Swung on this one, lifted. Should stay in play at will into left center. Rothlander moves to his right, makes the catch. And all of a sudden, Klein Collins is down to their final out of the season. Ryan Holman represents the last opportunity for Klein Collins. Busby looking to make the win. First pitch, swing and a miss. Holman 1 for 3 with a single. The 0-1. Low to even it up at 1 apiece. Open stance in the middle of the rubber. Righty on lefty matchup at the plate. Now working towards the right side of the rubber. That one misses high on the heater. 2-1 the count. Two-one, chopper to short. Raymer, throw to first, offline, and it goes into foul territory. And a collision at first base. And now time called here. Takes a second, does Burt runs to get on his feet. Looks like he's okay. So Holman will reach via a E6. Second one on Raymer today. So now Bryce Romero represents the tying run in the ball game. Klein Collins still down to their final out of the season. Runner on first with 2 outs. First pitch in there for a strike. Got it with the off speed 0-1. Romero 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Checks the runner at first. Now deals from the stretch. Chopper up the middle. Raymer will touch second. And it's time to party like it's 1989. The Conroe Tigers are headed to the regional semifinals. (4-2) the final score. All it took was just that little bit of offense for Conroe. Back-to-back-to-back walks is what opened the opportunity. And they would get the lead off an infield sacrifice bunt that scored 2 runners. Conroe and Waco Midway will do battle in the 3rd round of the postseason. Take a quick break. When we come back, post-game wrap-up after this here on Houston Sports Live. Back here on Houston Sports Live. Final score in this one, Conroe with 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th, steal Game 3 from Klein Collins and advance to the 3rd round of the UIL playoffs for the first time since 1989. Jordan Smith here on the call of the action as we recap this one for you. The final box score, 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors, 7 left on base for Klein Collins. For Conroe, 4 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, both those errors on Raymer, but it didn't matter at the end as he made up for it by getting the unassisted fielder's choice at second base himself. And then 2 runners left on the base paths. Really, it was a solid game overall for Melendez, who went 5 1/3 innings strong. It was until that 6th inning where he allowed back-to-back-to-back walks after getting the first out of the inning to the 9-hole hitter in Raymer. And allowed an RBI double. That really started things. And then, of course, right after that, runners on 2nd and 3rd, a sacrifice bunt gets the out at 1st. Run scores from 3rd, and then at second base, waited on the throw, waited on the hesitation from the defense, took advantage, ran home, and grabbed the much-needed insurance that Conroe would need to have to get the win here today. And they now head to the 3rd round of the playoffs. We don't know times and location yet. All we know is opponent, and more than likely Thursday, Friday, Saturday, as is the traditional series layout in the postseason. But the opponent, Waco Midway. Who knows? All we do know is as soon as we have that information, we'll have it for you on our Houston Sports Live social media pages, so be sure to stay tuned for that. And, of course, Conroe Baseball's social media pages as well. Again, your final score in this one, 4-2. The Conroe Tigers win it against Klein Collins in a winner-go-home Game 3 and are moving on to the regional semifinals and keep their 2025 baseball season alive. For everyone here at Houston Sports Live, my name is Jordan Smith saying good evening, good night, have a great rest of your weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and we will see you next weekend for more 6A Division I baseball in the postseason as Conroe's run through May continues here on Houston Sports Live. So long, everybody.